What's going on, guys? It's your boy Vinny D for your weekly Call of Duty World War II Leaderboards update, PlayStation edition. Before we jump into the recap, as we do every week, let's go and take a look at the cutoff for number 100. For anybody new, if you're on the outside looking in of what the top 100 looks like, here's your magic number for the week, 10.4 million. So everybody on the PlayStation side has eclipsed the 10 million point barrier. So this is what the number 100 looks like. Find out how far off you are. I try to reach out to the grinders below here and give you guys a heads up to let you know you're not far. I apologize if I haven't reached out to some of you, but I do my best. So this is your number for the week, rank 135. See how far off you are, and basically take it from there. Let's jump into the recap, guys. Um, every week things change, and this is a week where a lot better than last week. Could be because the leaderboards are updating. Guys are figuring out how to update their stats. But let's go and take a look and recap in brackets of 20. First off, the average points were around 1.4 million for the top 20 guys. That's how much points the average was here from 1 to 20. The game trends, as usual, hardpoint, war, domination. We'll get into that a little bit later also. 6 guys out of the top 20 eclipsed the 2 days played mark, which is also, I'm starting to pay more and more attention to the days played. That'll come into play, as I'll explain that also a little bit later. But days played, you got 6 guys who cracked 2 days plus, so good stuff right there. And between 10 and 20, again, there's only a 3 million point gap, which is not much. That's really, really not much if you consider how much, how many points are put in from the top guys every week and how things change weekly. So 10 to 23 million points, really, really not out of reach for anybody a little bit lower down the mark. Let's go and take a look. El Diablo, number 1, 3 hours played. I try to reach out to him to find out if he's over with. I know a lot of guys hit level 1000 and stop playing, and a lot of guys that's what their goal is, and I respect that. I tried to reach out and I haven't heard anything back, but that could be the case here. I know a lot of people have accused him of being a booster, but again, you guys need to come up with proof on that. It's very hard unless you guys could post in the comments to find out exactly when somebody's boosting using through the war game mode. I've looked at it, I've spent hours going over it, and it's very, very hard to pinpoint. So before we accuse somebody again, I want to put people on the board. I don't want to have people removed from the board. So, he was grinding. If you go back and look at his numbers back at the beginning, Christmas time and a little bit before that, he was putting in 3-4 days. Some people say it's impossible, but needless to say, this guy was there and he played war. He played those same 3 maps over and over and over again. And, he has content out also that you could go take a look. And just by seeing how he plays in his montage, that he knows that map inside out. So again, I'd like to protect everybody. If somebody is accused or if it's caught red-handed, then fine be it. But let's not pinpoint anybody without any hard facts. So Diablo, if you've hit your number, hey man, look, it was nice having you. Eventually you'll get past, but the show must go on, as they say. Hami, this just opens up the gates for Hami and Shredded. As you can see here, their gap is really narrowed down. Shredded is actually moving up, and at this point could have even passed them. It's currently Wednesday afternoon. Chillo, another one who, leveled 1000 last 2 weeks, no time played, so obviously on his way down. But besides that, I mean, it's, now is where things are up for grabbing. It's the same on the Xbox side. It's the mid, at 4 months in, going on 4 months in, and things are going to change in the top 20. Guys are going to break in, and things will change once people hit the level 1000. A couple of guys that are zoned in for the week that I've noticed looking over the stats, Dom Trip 7 over here, big week, 2 days, 4 hours played, almost 2 million points put in. Excellent week. Over here at number 18, iControlTheGamei, 1.3 million, 2 days, 2 hours played. NGA, welcome to the top 20. High SPM. I think this is also war mode here. I could be mistaken, but still nice to see a guy with a higher SPM starts opening up eyes. And squaltek over here at number 20, just also another big leap, and 2 days and 14 hours played, lower SPM, but big time grinder right there. I want to go over number 10, our Armin over here, who's been climbing, a little bit of a lower SPM, 3 days, 7 hours played, 2.2 million points. I'm just giving you a heads up, Armin, that this is the same pattern that Diablo went through, where he was grinding war and had a lower SPM and started climbing, putting in big numbers, and eventually hit number 1. And then, all eyes on you, being accused of boosting, or it's not legit, or it's impossible. So I'm just looking out for you, man. I'm not saying, you're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying get ready as you move forward, and you move up, for more people to reach out to you, and be ready to take the bullets, and be able to counter on what people are going to try to let you down on. Again, like, some people try to bully others, and that ain't always right. Some people are just in it for, to play, and they're low key. They're not loudmouths. So, take it as it is, Armin. I'm just giving you a heads up because it will come if it hasn't come yet. 21 to 40, very simple bracket. If you look at the red, it's because there's no time played. It's not because guys are getting passed. And that's basically what it comes down to. Again, could it be the levels? Could it just be off weeks? You'll see usually the red here, just no time played for the week. A couple of nice leaps over here. 31, Sanchos was 43. Excellent. 32, Kanaki was 32, now 37. 1 million, 1.6 million. That's great weeks. And over here at number 36, Wild Sardine, 6 weeks on the board, jumped 9 spots, now 1.3 million points, 2 days and 2 hours. Great week. And that's it for from 21 to 40. Again, it's you'll start seeing the 10, the guys that have been on the boards a little bit longer, and they're kind of trending downwards, and that's again just the time not being played. And you'll kind of see the mid-tier pack guys who've been here 6 weeks plus start to creep in. 41 to 60. It's really competitive. There's only a 1.5 million point gap from 41 to 60, so it's really anybody's show right now. If you look from 41 to 60 here. Things are gonna change week in and week out with this bracket. It's clear because how tight it is. You see a little bit more red on this side of guys dropping, and that's because the guys that were in this bracket last week have actually climbed up, that which we just saw before. So it's a little bit normal that you'll see a little bit more red because they've dropped out of from where they were previously. A couple of, like I said, the guys that were 10 weeks on board here, is this the beginning of the end? When it's very rare that you'll see guys drop out, and it could just be that they've moved on, and that's something that you're going to see. Just doesn't mean that because you've hit the leaderboards you're here to stay. Some guys, it's one and done. You have a goal, you hit your goal, and it's time to move on. So I hate to see guys go, but I mean, I'm always here for the newcomers also, and learn new names, and again, it's a player's channel. I'm rooting for you in the end. So 51, Kabakun. Nice week, 2 days, 5 hours played. Let's give some props to the guys with a little bit of lower SPM who grind the leaderboards right here, 1 million points. Nice to see, buddy. Over here, Dusty Mint, 52 held ground, 840,000. Again, lower SPM, 2 days, 18 hours played. It's not always about the SPM in the end. I know I would say that, but it's also about the time played. When you put in, 2 days plus, that's a lot of time played. 54, Nomad Night. Again, nice jump, 6 spots, 1.2 million points. A day and 14 hours played. Nice solid week. And our biggest leap over here was Charisma from 94 up to 60, 1.5 million points, 2 days, 8 hours, only 2 weeks on the board. So I will be keeping an eye on this. That's a huge jump. So this is something that will catch my attention. We'll keep a look on going forward. 60-80 is my favorite bracket to recap every week because, like I mentioned to the Xbox guys, it's same things, very, very different from Xbox to PlayStation. But certain things, are standard. And this is where I call the contender bracket. What I mean by that is you have your guys leak in from being outside of the top 100 every week. You jump into the top 100, and then I see the names between 80 and 100, and I say, okay, eight or 10 guys every week from PlayStation. Are these guys in for a week, and will they be gone next, or will they climb? And that's where you see here, the second week on board, they're actually trending upwards. They're not quitting on it. Here, Captain Planet, perfect example, was 99, now 76. Again, lower SPM, 2 days, 2 hours played, 1 million points. This is where the grind starts to show on guys who truly, truly love the game. And, it's just, they're playing all kinds of different game modes. They're just attacking the game week in and week out. So I like the 60 to 80 just for the fact that I like to see the new guys come in and, are they one and dones? Are they here to stay? That's a real, I love looking at those numbers at the end of the week. So again, Captain Planet, nice jump, 64 over here. Viking Power Lord, again, lower SPM, 3 weeks on the board. Nice little jump over here. Number 67, Loran Levi, 67 from 90, 1.2 million points. And finally, over here at 77, The Akitaya 514 SPM, 3 weeks on the board. Strong SPM, so this is a little bit lower days played, but something that we'll definitely keep an eye on. 81 to 100, it's the newcomers. It's like that every week. Usually this is where you tend to jump in. And right now, as we see here, there was 9 new players jumped in the top 100. Are they here to stay? That's to find out come next week. I know some of you guys through the comments, Oma for life was grinding to get in, and look, a couple of weeks later, boom, he's here. So it's good to see. It's good to see, and I like to keep track. There's going to be names again that drop out that I've been following since the beginning, but there's always new names coming in. This is only 10 weeks now, so lots of change to come. And the last thing before I quit was that I did mention how SPM was really important, and obviously points are points. But now what I start doing is when guys creep in, I start looking at the times played, and that's a big factor to see and usually what the trends are looking like. When I see somebody over here like Olgu, who's been 2 weeks on the board, 28 days played, 27 days played. Irish Warrior is actually dropping, but the newer guys over here, 26 days played, 30 days played. When you guys come into the board, a lot of times if the SPMs are a little bit lower, but the days played are higher, those are guys that are just really gonna, continue pushing and continue playing, and the climb will come naturally, as opposed to guys who are, addicted to their stats and where my SPM's at, where am I at in the ranks. Yes, at the beginning it tends to be like that, but as the game evolves and the lifespan, moves forward, it really comes down to the guys that are putting in the days at the end, and we'll see dramatic change, come springtime. Probably not from the main YouTubers, from the top 10s over here. I know a lot of guys have channels over here, and they'll maintain, but a lot of faces and names that we'll see jump into here that were a lot lower on the leaderboards, and that's just because of the way they play the game, the way they'll continue playing until the next release. So that's it, guys. This is your weekly update. Again, if you know anybody outside of the 100, try and let them know about it. Let them know that hey, there's motivation here, and you could continue following. And that's it for now. I'm more of a low-key guy, so I try to, if you have a channel, I'll do my best to come and take a look, and I'll have more content coming out for you and some additions coming on to the website in the weeks to come. All right, enjoy the week, guys, and I'll catch you guys up next week. Peace out.